Hi, my name is Katherine Supe, and I went to Rikkyo University in Tokyo for the 2016 to 2017 school year. It was an amazing experience. I think what drew me to Rikkyo was such a prestigious university. So similar, if you were to tell someone you went to like Harvard in America, they'd be really shocked. It's the same thing in Japan if you tell them you went to Rikkyo. So it looks huge on your resume, especially if you want to work in Japan after you graduate. Rikkyo is such a prestigious university that if they see that on your resume, they will immediately want to hire you just based on that fact alone. I remember when I worked there, because I worked a part-time job while I was there, my manager was so surprised and immediately wanted to hire me when she found out that I worked at Rikkyo. It's just such a prestigious school, and it's such a well-established school as well. I think some of my favorite moments when I was there, well, there was just so many. You know, you could go so many places because of the trains. I think my favorite moments were always whenever I was at Tokyo Disneyland. I think I went like 5 times. It's really close by. It takes less than 45 minutes to get there from the school. And I went there with my best friend from school, Hori Kitty, and we got to see the parade and see Snow White. And there were just so many different things. I went there with my mom who visited while I was there. So most of my favorite memories were at the Tokyo Disneyland. Although a really interesting, also great memory was when I was at the university. They have these 2 giant Christmas trees out front. And every year when it starts to get close to November, they start to shape the trees so that they have this really Christmas tree look. And at the end of November, when it becomes December, they put on all the lights and they have this huge ceremony for the lighting of the trees. And they have these beautiful gospel choirs singing, and everything goes dark, and then all of a sudden all the lights come on, and it's so beautiful. There's no other university in Tokyo that has 2 giant Christmas trees in front of them. So I think that's the most interesting and unique thing about the university. I also think they have this beautiful ivy-covered campus in downtown Tokyo, and there's nothing like it. It's amazing because you go from all these skyscrapers and huge buildings, and all of a sudden you're in this ivy-covered building with these trees and grass, and it's like a beautiful little sanctuary in the middle of Tokyo. They actually have 2 campuses, one in Tokyo and Ikebukuro, and then 20 minutes away on train at Niza campus. And Niza campus is very beautiful. I actually went to Ikebukuro campus in the fall and Niza in the spring. And Niza is beautiful because it has this beautiful tall steeple from the chapel, and it also has this amazing courtyard. So all the buildings are in a big square, and everyone meets up in the courtyard. I would go there every day to have lunch with my friend Momo, and we would just kind of hang out and always get some amazing cafeteria food. I know that sounds crazy, but the universities actually have the most amazing food. They would have everything from like taco rice to ramen, like everything you could think of. Like, this is not your normal school food. I was always eating really great, and I lived at an international dormitory, so I had friends from all over the world, and we would eat breakfast and dinner downstairs together. So before school and then after school, everyone would come home and we'd all be eating together, and because of that, I was able to eat so many different foods that I'd never tried before, like all kinds of fish, like saba and other kinds of interesting food I'd never heard of, I didn't always understand. And the cafeteria ladies would just show me, oh, eat it like this, and my friends would show me different sauces and stuff to add. So I felt like I really got this hands-on, authentic experience because I could live and eat in the dormitory and at the university with my friends. That was one of my favorite things to do. Also, the classes there are first-rate. It's not just, you know, all classes in Japanese. They have a number of classes in English and all kinds of different subjects, from anthropology to history, even to science and social work. And it was amazing. My first semester, I was taking all kinds of language classes at the Ikebukuro campus for Japanese, and then all my other classes in English, which there were so many, and my teachers were from all around the world, which was really cool. And the Japanese teachers were, of course, amazing because they have a well-established program. In my second semester at Niza, I was taking classes almost entirely in Japanese or bilingual English-Japanese classes. So that was a really unique way, you know, as my Japanese got better, and which it really did from the language classes I took there, I was able to take classes totally in Japanese and, just have a bunch of Japanese friends, and I wasn't even using English most of the time, so that was pretty cool. And it's also cool because you're in the heart of Tokyo. Ikebukuro is on the Yamanote line, which is a big circle around Tokyo. So in 10 minutes you can be Akihabara or Shibuya and just going out and doing all these crazy things. You're in the center of Japan, so you can take a bullet train and be somewhere amazing in less than an hour. There's just so many possibilities. I felt like there were so many places I wanted to go and only so much time, so I would definitely want to go back. You can also join a club if you go there. That's my biggest recommendation. Japanese people tend to be shy outside of groups, but when you get in a group with them, they're so animated and you see their real personality come out. I joined the traditional Japanese music club, and we played taiko, which is a big Japanese drum. And it was cool because we'd all be learning the songs together. The teacher would come, and we even had performances together. And I really felt like I was just, another kid at the university. Like, when I was in my club, I wasn't an international student. I was just another kid in the group trying to learn like everyone else. They were all really nice. My best friend was in that club, Hori Kitty, who I went to Disneyland with. And we would take the train back every day together after practice. So it was the most fun. We'd talk the whole way home. And they even threw me a big birthday party / going away party at this Alice in Wonderland themed cafe. I'm telling you, there's just so many different things there. Definitely join a club. Look them up online. In April, they have this huge recruitment thing. There's so many different things to do. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. We would have performances downtown in front of people, or at the International Student Welcome Party. So I'm welcoming my new friends playing taiko. It was such an amazing experience. I would definitely encourage others to participate in this program. It's such an amazing thing. When I was there, I had a part-time job. I was able to get a student. It was really easy. The university gave me this paper, and whenever I came into the country, I just gave it to the officials, and they gave me an additional part-time work visa, so I could work anywhere. And this is amazing. I had friends who were working at companies, friends who were working at the university, which is something I did. I worked as a discussion leader in the World Cafe, so I got to, kind of share my culture with people and get paid to do it. So that was really cool. I also worked as an English teacher at kindergartens all across Tokyo and Saitama. So I was working with the cutest kids, teaching them English, and I was getting paid like $20 an hour to do it. So if you're worried, about funding, besides the fact that there are so many scholarships, which I got, numerous scholarships from the Japanese government and from our school, that was another way for me to make money while I was there. And I didn't even work all the time. I would work like once or twice a week in the morning. I'd work in downtown Tokyo. It was cool. I got to really experience life there and see like what it would be like to live and work there, which is something I want to do after I graduate. And I already know that there's a company that wants to hire me after I do so. I also think you can really improve your Japanese, and even if you don't have much of a Japanese level, I had friends who went from speaking nothing to speaking whole Japanese sentences with their friends and asking about different things in Japanese. It's really great because the Japanese teachers are so supportive, and so are your friends. And as you're doing your Japanese homework, like at the university or something, maybe a Japanese student will come over and talk to you about it, and they'll help you with it, and then you've made a new friend doing homework. Like, where else do you do that? And it's really the chance of a lifetime. Like, this is like the only time, in university where you can get this experience of studying abroad. And it's so much fun to be a student in another country. I really, really recommend it. And I think if I had to choose a song that would represent my time there, it would have to be Sick Beat by Kero Kero Bonito. It's both in English and Japanese. And it kind of talks about, she's turning 22, which I had just turned 22. And how she's just kind of trying to go along in the world and figure things out, and she's gone to this new crazy world, and that's exactly what I had done. At first I had no idea what I was doing, and then I was figuring it all out, and it was in English and Japanese, and that's kind of how I was thinking. I went from speaking some Japanese to just being totally fluent in the spring. And honestly, it was just such an amazing experience at such a wonderful, beautiful university in downtown Tokyo. And I really recommend to participate in this program. It's so well established. They have such amazing classes. I transferred over 30 credits doing it, and I had the best time ever with my taiko group and just everyone there. I really hope that you can go to Rikkyo and have so much fun just like I did. So thank you.
It's KKV. Let's go. 走って登って打って飛んでトゥーンレイダーになりたいんだ。かっこよくて強くて憧れなんだトゥーンレイダー。 Windows 98 remember those days。 夢中になって遊んで everyday。 誰にも負けない諦めない自分に誓ったあの頃 never face time warp。 I'm 22 years old。 大人の世界に change over。 卑怯で嘘つき駆け引き for money hard to keep up always still being me up。 忘れない逃げない絶対あの頃自分突き通せあの心あのハート 1, 2, 3 進んでくぜ next level。 Whichever comes